Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, January 16th. I am Raheem Escalay. This is 413 Sports Talk. It's finally here, the first show. Got a lot of stuff to get into. We've got some playoff football this weekend, a divisional round. Got a couple predictions. We got the Rams and the Packers, and the Bills and the Ravens going on today. Packers start this afternoon. The Ravens will be the nightcap. I'm going to break that matchup down. We've got some NBA stuff to get into. And I would like to explain a little bit about what it means to be a fan and the teams that I follow and who I support. So let's get right into it. We'll go with my expertise, my area of expertise. That's football. The NFC divisional round starts with the Los Angeles Rams against my Green Bay Packers. My Packers are 13-3 with a very balanced offensive attack. We kill it whether it's passing or running the ball. We're led by Aaron Rodgers, whom many presume to be the MVP of this regular season. We are going to go up against Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and that Rams defense, which has been playing very good of late. They finished being they were top 5 against the run and top 3 against the pass. So it's going to be challenging. I predict my Packers taking the Rams 28-20. And I think Devontae Adams is going to have 100 yards and a touchdown at least. I really think he's going to show Jalen Ramsey where his level of skills are. So look for that. Hopefully, Packers going to beat the Rams 28-20. Moving on to the night game, the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. I like Lamar Jackson a lot. I think he can run. Again, this season he had over 1,000 yards rushing. Didn't get the MVP. And I think this year, the beginning of the season, he tried to be more of a passer. I felt like at least for like the first 6-7 games, he was trying to pass a lot more than he ran, and he turned up the running game towards the second half of the season. So that's how he ended up getting his 1,000. And on the other side, the Buffalo Bills, who I've watched multiple times this year, have never ceased to impress me. They haven't lost any of the times that I've watched. And I've watched Josh Allen throw bombs to Stephon Diggs and whoever else might be open. He throws that ball everywhere, usually for completions of 20 plus yards down the field. And one thing I've noticed about Josh Allen, at the end of every year, we're always talking about how good he is or how the strides that he's made. If you see his completion percentage last year, which is hovered around 57.5, he's now at 67, and he's thrown three times as many touchdowns as he did last year. So every year he's getting better. Came out of Wyoming. I didn't really think he was going to. Be as effective as everybody predicted. But I only was able to watch film in his senior season, so it kind of flew by me too, as far as that's concerned. So I think the Bills are going to win that one big. I think it's going to be 31-17. I think Lamar Jackson and the Ravens exit this year. I think they exit the playoffs. A lot of questions going forward with that franchise in the offseason. Personally, I think they need to go back to what made Lamar a few years back when he captivated us with the way he was running the ball at the quarterback position. I don't know, just my opinion. Also, some other NFL news I'd like to get to. Urban Meyer, the seemingly greatest college coach in our time, has finally made the jump to the NFL, and he has accepted the offer as the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. They currently hold the number 1 pick in this year's draft, and a lot of fingers are pointed towards Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence going there. I personally think Urban should go with Justin Fields from Ohio State, he plays lights out, man. He's good throwing the ball. He's good running the ball. He's familiar with Urban. Urban's familiar with him. And I feel like it would be a better fit. But all fingers right now are pointing towards Trevor Lawrence being the number 1 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. We will see. Another big thing that I want to bring up that happened in the NFL world was Philadelphia Eagles firing Coach Doug Peterson. It kind of shocked me, man. I mean, the behavior with pulling Jalen Hurts at the end of that game in the regular season was a trashy move. That was classless. I believe Jalen Hurts should have stayed in. He should have had the job way back in around week 6, honestly, but for some reason the organization thinks that Carson Wentz is the answer. Now with them firing Doug, I mean, a couple people might think that, this leaves the stage open. This is Carson's team. Honestly, I'm not sure if I agree with that, but I think they are going to deal Carson within a year or two. I'm not too sure on the exact numbers on his contract, how much would be left on the table, if the team would be willing to take that contract on via trade. So that remains to be seen. Also, I want to talk about the NBA. Got some scores for you. The Spurs ended up beating the New Look Rockets 103-91. The New Look Brooklyn Nets ended up beating the Orlando Magic 122-115. The Raptors beat the Hornets 116-113. The Pistons over the Heat 120-100. The Grizzlies ended up smacking the Sixers right at the end, 106-104. The Indiana Pacers and Phoenix Suns game was canceled due to positive coronavirus tests. The Portland Trailblazers ended up beating the Hawks. And that's pretty much it. But if you were sleeping under a rock, I have some news for you. In a major 14 deal, James Harden finally was dealt from Houston. He's wanted to get away from there forever, and now he's a Brooklyn Net. So the three over there are KD, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. So it looks like they're going to end up scoring 160 points a game. I don't know. It's going to be nice to see what type of offense they produce once they gel together. That's going to be pretty cool. I think Durant started the season okay so far, and just when they get James Harden in the mix, it's going to be fireworks. Good day to be a Nets fan. Anyway, that's what I have for you so far for news and scores, my predictions on the NFL, my little tidbit on the NBA. I love sports. Sports was always something that was in my life that I could use when things were going wrong, when I was bored, when I needed inspiration in other ways. Sports was always there. It was always a release, specifically football. And obviously I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. We figured that out when I was younger. My mother had coincidentally, the Packers-Bengals game, the first game that Brett Favre ever participated in as a Packer. And I saw that. And just from there, my love for the game blossomed. would play in the backyard whenever I could with neighbors. Got into Pee Wee, played a little bit in middle school, played in high school, and my love for the game has never gone anywhere. I wasn't able to make it professionally, like a lot of us who have those big dreams, but I'm able to still stay related to the sport. Teach everybody who comes around me my love for the game, and when I see young people who play football or have aspirations for going pro professionally, I always let them know to stay in school, be healthy and make the right choices, pick the right crowd to be around, and stay in that lane, tunnel vision, school, being A1 on the field, and your dreams will come true. I like basketball too. It's my second favorite sport. I'm a Lakers fan. I started to realize I like basketball when I was around like 11 or 12. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers were my squad. I thought Kobe was the best player ever. We know Jordan and how great he was. But I kind of started to watch and notice basketball at the tail end of Jordan's career. So don't get me wrong, he is the GOAT, but the real GOAT is Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. It hurt me a lot when he left us. Anyway, what else do I have for you? College basketball. I like Gonzaga. My story behind that, I'd have to say it would be around like 2003, 2004. Watching Adam Morrison play, the way he shot, it was kind of ugly. I mean, I admired his shot back then. I was young, but it's just this ugly shot that just kept going in. And once I saw him go to the NBA and eventually become a bust, I still followed the school, and over time the programs had a lot of great shooters come through there, but nobody that's really cracked the mold and been a star in the NBA. So that just remains to be seen. I mean, Victor Oladipo, he's pretty good, but he's not a star. College football, I like the Auburn Tigers. War Eagle, go Tigers. I was 14 years old, and I was meeting with one of my school counselors about where I was going to study business. And at the time, this is just some random thing, I wanted to mix it with a degree in marine biology. And for some reason, my school counselor suggested Auburn University. I did some research at some of the programs there, and what it would mean to go there and potentially be a student athlete. At the time, I really thought that that's what was going to happen. So that's kind of like where that comes from. And that's about it. I don't really follow hockey too much. So I'd say I'd just be a standard hometown fan. Go Bruins, as far as that's concerned. Baseball, I like the Red Sox. My father was a Yankees fan. My mom liked the Red Sox. I love the rivalry. I think they're great players on both teams. I love the way that the Red Sox broke the drought when I was a teenager, and won that first World Series, and then won a couple after then, and that is what I love about baseball. Now, anybody, questions, comments, critique, criticism, hate, positive comment, I don't care what it is, I want you to leave it. This is my first podcast. It's obviously going to grow with each episode. More practice I get, more input. We have a lot of interviews coming up, a lot of different videos planned. Plan to go to a couple high school games if that ever arises. If COVID dissipates and we're able to come together in gyms again, I'm gonna get a chance to watch all the Springfield sports, do some good reporting on local student athletes, try to get them on the spotlight and motivated to go professional in their fields. And that's what I'm hoping 413 Sportstalk to be. I'm Raheem Escalay. This is 413 Sports Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Episode 2 is soon to be uploaded. I love you all. Goodbye, Springfield. Packers over the Rams. Bills over the Ravens. The Brooklyn Nets will begin to streak once that big three gels together. And I predict that Justin Fields will go number 1. I think Trevor Lawrence is good. Yeah, he's only lost 3 times, literally, in his football career. That's included high school. Google it if you must. So, but I just think Justin Fields is a better fit for that restart down there in Jacksonville. So, I am Raheem Escalay. This is 413 Sports Talk. I love you, Springfield. Goodbye.